And then allowing yourself to move to a neutral space in your mind, and then calling forward the essence of Merlin, allowing him to come to you and letting me know once you feel his presence.
Okay, I feel him.
Okay. And as you're in the presence of Merlin, just allowing yourself to really align with his frequency so that way it's easier to channel him. Just allowing yourself to soften into his vibration, matching as he's presenting, and just allowing him to slowly start to move into position so that way he can use you as a vessel, as a channel. And once Merlin is fully in place, Merlin, just let me know that you're with us.
Okay. Yeah, I hear.
Yeah. Welcome, Merlin. Thank you for showing up today.
Very eager to be talking to you about what it is that I came here to do. I know that there was no intention for me to be here, but I'm happy to share my wisdom and grace with you all here now.
Yeah, thank you so much for being willing to be here. The floor is open. You're really welcome to just share whatever feels most important to you at this time.
Thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak through you now in this physical realm.
Mhm.
Really, the most important thing that I feel is important for humanity to know at this time is the concept of particles and creativity. There is such a diminishment of creativity amongst humanity now, at least in the way that you are using it. Creativity is being used to establish more fear, at least in the major part of the collective, although there is a small portion of you all who are creating a positive impact using your creativity. And this is excellent. And this is needed. And this is really the message for everybody to continue to enhance your connection with your creativity, to be able to create and align to reality most reflective of what is for the highest and best of the collective. In the concept of particles, we are made up of particles, even in the higher dimensions. Particles such as atoms, things that are closely related to the particles in stars, these are what make up the foundation of life force energy. It is the true essence of creativity. Creativity knows no bounds, and it is most highly reflective in the way that your stars are produced. The way that stars can combust and the way that they can turn themselves inside out into black holes is exactly what the human experience is like. You create light, you literally emit light. That is the most purely creative thing that you can do. And you also create black holes within yourself. This is the polarity and the duality that is most experienced on Earth. You all experience polarity in such severe ways, in the ways of the examples that I'm using, creating light and destroying light. These are powerful creative forces that each human has a connection to. You all have a connection to stars, to black holes. And if you truly understood the connection to that type of energy, the gargantuan type of energy that that is, you all would be free from the shackles of your own limitations. And so when we say the particles between life and death, the particles specifically connected to creativity, there is no distinguishment between the two. It's all the same. You are the particle, you are the life force energy, you are the store, you are the black hole. There is no separation. Within the astral realms and the dimensions between you and the upper and the lowers, there is this thread, a thread that can expand into a million and infinite threads. let's call the thread identity. Humans love to identify themselves in a multitude, faceted ways, and it's so limiting as to what you can actually start identifying yourselves with and to. And this is perfectly normal to fluctuate between different threads throughout your lifetime. And these threads are specifically connected to a multidimensional realm, whether it be the 12th dimension, the third dimension, to cosmic dimensions. There are a multitude, an infinite amount of dimensions. There's not just 1 through 12 or 1 through whatever. There are as many as you want. Again, the limitations. There are no limitations. And this is specifically coming through for Alex as well, because we know that he's been struggling with limitations. So, as we are continuing to invite you to connect with creativity, this is an invitation to connect your threads to multitude different dimensions. And as you connect this thread, which is specifically coming out of your crown is your antenna to source, it is connection to all dimensions. We invite you to connect that thread not only to one thing, but to split itself into thousands of things, into millions of things. Source does not have one limitation. It does not have one identity. It has all identities. And when you fully understand that you are connected to all archetypes, to all identities, you start to empower yourself and most specifically empower your creative energy. You start to connect to the particles around you that allow you to be validated in the creative reality you want to be in. The particles adjust to you. They adjust to what you want. It is the equivalent of having access to the internet. It is the equivalent to having AI at your fingertips. The AI are the particles. The particles are listening to you. They are adjusting to you. They form to you, to what you want. You just have to have the capability of knowing that and have the capability of playing with them, because play is the ultimate way to be able to interact with these particles. Having this sense of playfulness is easing your nervous systems, it's easing your bodies, and it's easing your belief systems to be able to accept how these particles want to interact with you. This is all a game. This is all a play. You are the ones that get to decide what that looks like. And unfortunately, a major part of the collective is using fear as that play. They're using war as that play. And though this is an essential part of human evolution, you all are getting to a point where you no longer need to have war. You do not need to have fear in order to know who you are. And that's been the journey of humans for the most part, at least one aspect of the journey. To use what is no longer in alignment with you to know what is in alignment with you. War is not in alignment with you. Fear is not in alignment with you, at least not in a way that promotes life and creativity. You all are making a big adjustment. And it's so important that as you're making this adjustment, to know that these particles of life force energy that are swirling around you infinitely, that they are there to continue to align your reality to what you want. Think of it as a best friend who has everything that you need, or a genie in a bottle. Talk to these particles. Talk to yourself, because that's what you're doing. These particles are a reflection of you. You are the particle. The particle is you. Wouldn't you want to listen to yourself if it was telling you something important? Wouldn't you want to receive the gift of yourself? Wouldn't you want to see yourself in the most magnetic way possible? Wouldn't you want to experience yourself beyond limits? That is what's available to you. And it's such a difficult thing to adjust your minds to based off of what you've been conditioned to believe. And we understand that. But now is the time for miracles to be normalized. It is time for your creativity to show you the boundlessness of what's possible for everybody. You have to connect. You have to expand those threads infinitely, beyond all archetypes, beyond all limitations, beyond all identities, to connect to the pulsation of stars, to connect to the density of a black hole. These are perfect reflections of what it is to be human. You're either bright or you're not, or you're somewhere in between. You're either bright and luminous, and over time you start to die and you start to grow smaller to the point where you start to suck in. And now there's this pull and this push, this polarity. This is what Earth is like. Earth is a school of polarity. It is a place where you burn brightly. It is a place where you so condense yourself to nothing. There is hardly any in between. And there is a spectrum. But the belief system that is most grip holding people is that they either have this or they either have that. That is a powerful way to evolve. That is a powerful way to perceive. But my oh my, such a limiting one. The star has a life. It is not just bright and luminous. It will become a black hole. That black hole then turns into a wormhole that then turns into another aspect of yourself. Life perpetuated through death. Creativity, life force energy perpetuated through space and time. You have connection to it all. There is no limitation. And that is the most important thing we want to share with you now. That is all I have to say.